deep inhale, and then a pause, and then
hope you enjoyed that video. Little gift from us to you. Thank you to all the staff that made that happen, especially Josh and Cassie. So welcome, welcome everyone who's just joined us and those who are watching us on Facebook or Brookline Interactive TV or on TOS Live. We're so happy to be with you, to be able to light up the darkness this evening. It truly does light up the darkness when we can see each other's faces over Zoom and just feel everybody's presence. As I said last night when we lit our first candle together, this virtual sanctuary that we create with these invisible threads of connection between us, these waves of energy, however you want to imagine it, it creates a community and it creates a sacred space in a way that is different, but that is no less holy, I believe, than when we're together with all of our menorahs shining brightly in our sanctuary or in our chapel or in our social hall. So we are making the best of what we have available to us this year, which Jews have done for millennia. And I'm really proud of all of us and delighted that we've been able to accompany each other through almost an entire cycle of our yearly holidays and holy days during this very strange time. To me, these lights are more beautiful, perhaps, than they've ever been. Truly, this holiday celebrates dedication and persistence in the face of very, very difficult and challenging circumstances. And we insist, we persist, we shine our lights, we put them in our windows, and we say, we're here and we're going to continue to be together as a sacred community, together sharing in our traditions and our rituals. So this evening, we are going to begin with lighting our Hanukkah candles. Before we light our Shabbat candles, as you may know, it is traditional not to kindle a flame on Shabbat. That's partly why we actually cover our eyes. That's a longer story, but when we light our Shabbat candles, there's a tradition of covering our eyes. So we don't kindle the flame traditionally once it is Shabbat, and it is, of course, dark out. It is Shabbat, so we light our Hanukkah first. I'm going to change to gallery view so that I can see everybody. I hope you have a menorah with you in your frame so that we can light up this night together. And I see a lot of both your faces and your Hanukkiot, your menorahs, are shining brightly and will shine brightly. So please join me. We're going to say these two blessings that you can see on your screen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim lavoteinu bayamim ha'am ba'azman hazeh. We say amen. And I want to say just a funny thing about this technical platform is that we are mirrored for one another. So on Hanukkah, we fill the menorah from right to left, but we light the menorah from left to right. Now, from your perspective, it probably looks like my candles are on the left, when in fact, for me, they're on the right. And that is just because of the technology, which is mirroring us for each other. So just wanted to point that out for those of you who notice details like that. And so now that we have, this is beautiful. This is amazing to see your lights in the frame. So let's just take a minute. Just look around you. Look around you in this virtual sanctuary. Look at these lights. Look at these beautiful Jewish people saying, we are here together as a Jewish family. We are lighting our lights together we are a community, even when we're apart. Some of us that I see on here are many, many miles away. So we're going to actually have a little bit of a chance to interact with each other. I'm going to hand it over to Rabbi Schaefer for this part.
Thank you. And I would love to hear a little bit more about some of these special menorahs that people have in front of them. And so thank you for my 3 volunteers who agreed to share tonight. I'm going to invite the G. Burko family to share about their menorah and why it's so special.
Hi. Naomi, do you want to talk about this menorah?
We painted it in 2016.
We did. We went to one of those paint your own pottery places.
Ooh.
And we painted our menorah. And it's very special to us because of that. And Naomi led the design of the painting.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. There's nothing like a homemade menorah to make Hanukkah feel special. Diane, I know your menorah is maybe pretty unique amongst all the menorahs here. Can you tell us a little bit about why your menorah is so special?
Diane, you're muted.
Okay, got it. So we haven't lit the candles yet because we're waiting for my mother-in-law. But I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, I don't know what year it came, but it's been our family menorah, and I've always had it for at least 60 years, and it plays
Wow.
Hatikva.
Wow.
It's a music box too.
That is the first musical menorah I've ever heard of. That is incredible. And for people who don't know, Hatikva is the Israeli national anthem and has been
Right.
an anthem of the Jewish people for a very long time. So that's a powerful sign of hope on this Hanukkah. Thank you for sharing.
Yes.
And last but not least, Jackson, you're going to share with us about your menorah and what makes it so special.
So I made this menorah out of Legos a few weeks ago. It was really hard to find all the pieces, but in the end, it came out looking really cool. And my dad also helped me find all these flames. And it was really hard to find all these pieces, but eventually I got it. And I got all of these things done. I have more flames over somewhere else, so I can put them in each night. And it's really cool because they're flames, but they don't actually destroy my Legos. They don't melt my Legos into place. Because if my Legos were melted, then I couldn't use them.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And I'm so glad that your Legos will not be destroyed. So what an incredible cross-section of menorahs. I know that in our community, there are so many unique menorahs, just like there are so many unique souls. And it's great to get a little bit of sense of all the different kinds of Hanukkot that we're lighting. So thank you guys for sharing. We're now going to have an opportunity to bring even more light into our Shabbat by lighting our Shabbat candles. And Rabbi Berkman is going to lead us in lighting the Shabbat candles tonight.
And I'm really glad that Rabbi Jethro Berkman is here to accompany us to add more music tonight. We're on page 2 if you're following in the prayer book and would like the words. So as I mentioned earlier, the custom of waving our hands over the candles and bringing that light towards us 3 times. There's lots of ways to interpret that. There's lots of things you can do with that. Maybe just focus on really making that external light internal. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליקר של Shabbat. Let's all go like this. Seal that light and that warmth right into yourself this evening. That way we can share it with others. So tonight,
we have one more way that we're hoping everybody can share tonight. First of all, I want to say a huge thank you to Cassie Samuels, who helped put together all of our Hanukkah survival kits. We tried to get them out to everybody in our community by Hanukkah. If you haven't received yours yet, you should hopefully receive it in the next day or two. And they include some amazing ways to make Hanukkah feel special this year, including a little placard like this that asks the question of how will you bring light into the world this Hanukkah. So if you've got one of these at home and you had a chance to fill them out, I'd love to just take a minute to hold them up to the screen, share them with everybody, turn your cameras into gallery view, and we'll get a chance to see how everybody's going to bring light into the world this Hanukkah. And if you don't have a placard at home and you want to type something into the chat for all of us to see, please go ahead and type something in so we can see. Let's see, work to support people in need. I'm going to teach Torah by pursuing justice. That's a great way to bring light into the world. Doing good deeds, working for climate justice. Thank you all for sharing. I hope we all do our part to bring light into the world at this time of year.
Page 14, bottom stanza. Or Zarua la Sadi Uishvelev Simcha. Or Zarua la Sadi Uishvelev Simcha. Or Zarua la Sadi Uishvelev Simcha. Tzadik, Uishlei Lev Simcha. Or Zarua la Tzadik, Uishlei Lev Simcha. Uishlei Lev Simcha. Or Zarua la Tzadik, Uishlei Lev Simcha. Uishlei Lev Simcha.
Continue with Lachado D, a song to welcome in the Shabbat bride, which can be found on page 20 and 21. And we'll sing together verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And Josh will lead us in the song as we rise for the 9th verse and we turn to greet the Shabbat bride at whatever door we came in.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
back.
welcome back. Welcome back, Rabbi Berkman.
Sorry, there was just a sound issue. So here we are, Lecha Dodi. We'll rise, as Rabbi Schaefer said, with verse 9 to greet the Shabbat presence and rise in body or spirit as we're able on that final verse. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat neka mela. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו הוא אחד. לשם ולתפארת בנית הילה, לשם ולתפארת בנית הילה. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat neka mela. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם וסוכה. סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, lecha dodi likrat kala, lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat neka mela. Verse 5. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי. כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, lecha dodi likrat kala, lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat neka mela. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה, lecha dodi likrat kala, lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat neka mela. We're going to turn to the Baruch Hu saying that we are here together in community, ready to acknowledge together that we are not here alone for ourselves and with ourselves alone, but we are part of something so much bigger, something that transcends and connects each of us. I invite you to rise in body or in spirit as you're able for the Baruch Hu on page 28. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam va'ed. In this special blessing we recite, as we get ready to recite Shema, we pay attention to the miracle of light, and more than the miracle of light, the fact that each day light rolls into darkness, darkness rolls into light. We spoke about this last night, and some of you were there for our Soul Cycle class, where we talked about our tradition's emphasis that we need both of those things, and we need to honor both the light and the darkness. Josh is going to lead us in a beautiful rendition of this blessing by Noam Katz that really acknowledges this essential truth.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei yom v'layla, kol el mibnei choshech, kol el mibnei choshech, v'choshech mibnei or. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei yom v'layla, kol el mibnei choshech, kol el mibnei choshech, v'choshech mibnei or. Roll into dark, roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night.
I'm going to share with you a reading that is an interpretive translation of this next blessing, Ahavat Olam, eternal love. We say it just before we prepare, just before we say the Shema. Rabbi Rami Shapiro writes, "We are loved by an unending love. We are embraced by arms that find us even when we are hidden from ourselves. We are touched by fingers that soothe us even when we are too proud for soothing. We are counseled by voices that guide us even when we are too embittered to hear. We are loved by an unending love. We are supported by hands that uplift us even in the midst of a fall. We are urged on by eyes that meet us even when we are too weak for meeting. We are loved by an unending love. Embraced, soothed, and counseled, ours are the arms, the fingers, the voices. Ours are the hands, the eyes, the smiles. We are loved by an unending love." As we prepare to recite the Shema, I invite you to really feel that love that is within you, that is around you, that connects you to all others. Yahavat char tasir mimenu leolamim, baruch ata Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. We're on page 36 with V'ahavta. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha v'chol meodecha. Hayu הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בעם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך. וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך. וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Adonai Elohechem. Amen. Tonight in the spirit of Hanukkah, we'll sing our people's song of redemption and deepest gratitude to the tune of Ma'os Tzor, our Hanukkah song. So we'll be singing the words of Micha Mocha that are on page 40, and Josh will lead us in the Micha Mocha tune for Ma'os Tzor tune for Micha Mocha.
Kamocha Ha'elim Adonai Mi Kamocha Netar Ba'kodesh Nur HaTeilot Hayam Lifnei Moshe u'Miriam Zeli Anu ve'ameru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed.
Thank you, Josh. Just want to make sure, is my audio working? Yes. All right. So we're going to sing Hashkivenu and remind ourselves that everything's going to be all right. So please join with us. We'll sing it as a round, and please join in whatever part you feel moved to sing. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom Ve'hamidenu Shomreinu Lechayim Hashkivenu Adonai alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Go to sleep tonight. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Go to sleep tonight. Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Leshalom, Nehanedeinu Shomreinu Lechaim. Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Leshalom, Nehanedeinu Shomreinu Lechaim. So we are going to move now into the Amidah. This evening we'll chant the introductory line. We pray that our lips be open, that we be able to pray, to express what is really inexpressible, whether it's our gratitude, whether it's our fears or our sorrow. We try to open our hearts, crack them open to God, and open our lips and be able to say what we must say tonight. Then we're going to just go into some silence with a bit of music. So not silence, but some meditative space where you can take some time for your individual prayer reflection. We'll put some photos on the screen that are pictures that I took last year of my menorah on a couple of different nights. And when I look at those pictures, I'm reminded that so much can change in ways that we can't possibly imagine. In the same way that things have changed in a way we couldn't have imagined between last Hanukkah and next, so may they change for the better between this Hanukkah and next. Let's begin on page 46 with Adonai Sfatai. We'll join back together after our individual prayer with Shalom Rav, a prayer for peace. Adonai Sfatai Tiftach Ufi Agir Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. We're going to move now into Shalom Rav, our prayer for peace, which is on page 60. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha
כי אתה הוא מלך הדור לכל השלום. כי אתה הוא מלך הדור לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. בטוב עיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
May we know abundant peace. We have something very special to share with you that our ARS students have put together. Enjoy.
Ohabei, Shalom, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, people, it's time to get our Hanukkah play together. Now remember, each of you is a different candle. You all stand for something very special about Hanukkah. Each of you will come out here and tell the audience the special thing that you represent.
I stand for the presents.
Get back in line. You are not the most important thing about Hanukkah.
Well, I think that I'm important.
Candle number 1, what do you represent?
I represent the devotion to God which brought a victory to the few over the many. And with that victory, we won our freedom from the Syrians. Freedom to live as Jews in our own land, just like today. I stand for that freedom. And I stand for the presents that they gave each other after their victory.
They didn't give each other presents. Get back in line, candle number 8, and wait your turn. We have more important things to go over first. Candle number 3.
I represent the heroes of the story, Judah Maccabee, his brothers, his father, Bennet, and her 7 sons, Batman.
Wait, what? Batman?
Well, Well, you didn't say they all had to be Jewish heroes.
Let's get serious. This isn't a Purim play. Candle number 4.
I represent one of the most important parts of any Jewish holiday, the food. With latkes with applesauce, gooey soup ganyot. I like my latkes with jelly or honey. I eat them right after I open my presents.
That sounds delicious. Moving on. Candle number 5. Tell us about the part of Hanukkah that you stand for.
Hanukkah, a thing we all love, a thing of harmony. Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah, a thing we all love, a thing that's true that never ends.
Well, that was lovely, but once again, what do you actually represent, Candle 5?
I represent all the fun songs of Hanukkah, the music that makes the holiday special.
Well, now I understand. Why didn't you just say so? Candle number 6, it's your turn.
I represent the Hanukkah menorah and the lights. The great Rabbi Hillel said that we light the first candle on the first night, 2 on the second, and so until there are 8 candles on the last night.
Well, that sheds some light on the subject.
We always light the candles before we open our presents.
Candle number 8. The presents are the last thing we're going to talk about. Get back in line. Now,
Fine.
Candle 7, what do you stand for?
Well, I had a little dreidel.
That's interesting. Any special kind?
Yes, I made it out of clay.
Didn't that make it a little hard to spin?
No, you see, when it was dry and ready, then dreidel I would play.
Is it time now?
Yes, I hate to call on this last candle, but candle number 8, you're on.
Woo! Thank you. I love to get Hanukkah presents, but I also love to give them. I love the smile I get when I give a present.
I'm surprised. I wasn't expecting this seriousness.
Sure. Even giving presents can be a serious and important business. Why, every Hanukkah I take one of my many presents and give it to a Jewish orphanage or to a poor Jewish family, to a child who doesn't get any Hanukkah present. It makes giving and getting presents even more special.
That's really nice to hear. I'm proud of you and all your friends up here today. Well, folks, that's all the time we have for now.
Thank you so much, ARS. That was really, really wonderful. I loved seeing you and hearing you. That was a great play. We're going to turn our thoughts at this time to those who are in need of healing of body or spirit or both. There are so many. It's hard to hold them in our hearts, but I think it's really important that we call to mind and heart at this time anyone in our world that we know personally who is in need of healing, and also the many, many thousands that we do not know in our country and in our world who are suffering as a result of COVID-19. Currently, we have over 107,000 people hospitalized in the United States due to COVID. Let's just take a moment to think of them. Of course, there are many, many more thousands in the world. And then there are all who love them, who are suffering as their loved ones suffer. We hold them in our hearts. And I invite you to share the names of anyone for whom you are praying tonight in the chat as well. We'll be on 253 in the prayer book to sing Debbie Friedman's Misha Berach. Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor Habracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to help make our lives a blessing. And let us say,
Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We move to conclude our service, beginning with Aleinu on page 287. When we pray for healing, some people feel, well, how can I pray for God to intervene and heal all of these people who are sick if I don't believe in a God who can intervene in history in that way? And I think we're really praying for the human beings who take care of them, for the scientists who create the possibilities for people to get well, and for all human beings to be able to have the strength to be able to give loving and healing energy to those who are ill. So as we try to grapple with these incomprehensible numbers, and as we pray for those we know and love who are sick with COVID or with other ailments, know that it's a prayer and also a reminder to us that we and other human beings have our role to play in the healing of all. And I say that as a segue because it strikes me that we go now from Misha Berach to Aleinu. And Aleinu means it is upon us. We are responsible. This prayer that we say at the conclusion of services reminds us of our human power and our responsibility in this world. So please rise in body or spirit. We're on page 287.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוצר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת עוזו בגופי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
At this time, we recall those we have loved who are no longer with us on this earth. With Mourner's Kaddish on page 294, if you are observing a yahrzeit, an anniversary of a death, or are in a period of mourning and would like to mention a name or names of those you are remembering, I'll give you just a moment to put that into the chat. So in our community, we've had some recent deaths: Norma Weber, Eileen Frumpkin. May their memories be a blessing. See Gerald Price, Isaac Fremd, David Mark, Neil Spritz. And of course, Judy Mabel. Joel Cohen. I'd like to mention my great uncle, Stanley Miller. Make space in our hearts for all those whose memories live on in us. May their memories bring blessing to us as their lives were a blessing. Page 294. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah v'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael v'agala v'izman kori v'imru. Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shmei d'Kodusha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran v'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabbah min Shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh Shalom b'bromav v'yaseh Shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Before I sing the last line, Oseh Shalom, I want to mention also the over 270,000 citizens of our country who have died as a result of COVID and the many millions worldwide. May their memories be a blessing. May we honor their memory by keeping each other safe. Oseh Shalom b'mromav v'yaseh Shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen.
Thank you, Rabbi Berkman. I want to share some announcements because we have a fun and exciting week ahead of us for Hanukkah. Tomorrow morning, there's Torah study, a special Torah study for fifth graders and their families at 9:30 over Zoom and 10:30 for the whole community. I hope you can join me. And we have an exciting week of Hanukkah activities, something every night. If you want more information, it is in the newsletter, or go to the homepage, ohabei.org, click on the menorah, and you'll be taken to a page with all of the details that you need. I want to especially highlight Sunday because we are lighting in the Latka, and Rabbi Berkman and David Spar, Stacy and Sherry and I will be there on Sunday. We still have a little bit of space for people who want to sign up to join us. But if you're thinking about joining us, you have to sign up in advance. We are limiting the number of people, and you have to sign up by tonight. So if you're considering it, please sign up. It would be great to see you. It's been wonderful to see everybody who's come by to pick up their Hanukkah survival kit and to pick up a prayer book. And all of the information is on the website and on the newsletter. And another just special highlight, on the final night of Hanukkah, we will have our Hanukkah edition of Chopped, and that'll be our family competition between a few families from our community, and it should be a fun night. So we have a couple fun Hanukkah videos to conclude with tonight, one from our community and one from out in the broader world. And we hope you'll stick around after the videos tonight to schmooze, to say hello, and to wish each other a happy Hanukkah.
I just want to say one more thing about the videos. So the first video you're going to see took an incredible amount of work by our own Josh Cohen, and some hard work by our ARS students as well. But the second video you're going to see is, well, I don't want to spoil it, but I do want to entice you to stay. We're going to actually cut the live feed, but those of you who are on Zoom, please stay. Those of you not on Zoom and want to hop on the Zoom, please do. We're going to show a new video that came out by David Diggs, star of Hamilton, called A Puppy for Hanukkah. And if you, like me, did get a puppy for Hanukkah, you might want to bring that puppy into the screen, or any pet that you have. And we'll have a little time to schmooze and say hello to one another's pets. And if you don't have a pet, please stay anyway and say hi. We'll say hi to humans and pets alike. So enjoy. Happy Hanukkah, everyone. It's really, really been wonderful to be together. We look forward to seeing you for the rest of the nights of Hanukkah.
So excited to share this video. Another thank you to the teachers, especially who are filming the students, and all the ARS students and the grown-ups and everyone. So let's do it.
One more announcement. I'm so sorry.
Go
Spence
for it,
just
Rabbi.
reminded me, thank goodness.
Shabbat Shalom.
Spence reminded me the toy drive is still going on. Checks or Target gift cards, please, for $25 and up. We welcome those. If you can get them to us, Spence, maybe you can put the details into the chat, how to get them there. But we are doing the toy drive, raising a really nice amount of money for the Boston Medical Center to get toys for kids in need. All right, thank you.